With just 7 championship games left to play in Season 1 of our realistic Norwich City career mode, we are this close to securing automatic promotion. We have a 17-point lead over 7th place Luton Town, and with only 21 points still up for grabs, we have, for all intents and purposes, already guaranteed ourselves a place in the playoffs at the very least. But with 3rd place teams getting promoted via the playoffs barely a third of the time, we can make our route to the Premier League so much easier by putting some points on the board in today's episode. 7th place Luton Town will actually be our first opponents in today's episode as we host them at Carrow Road. We'll also be getting to highlights of our games against Millwall and playoff chasing Sheffield United, and we'll be simming games against Oxford and Blackburn. It was a close fought game when we travelled down to Kenilworth Road for the opening game of the season. A late equaliser by the Championship's top goalscorer Ante Budimir, stealing a point for Luton late, but we played well in our 4-2-3-1 formation, and despite a late suggestion from his coaching staff to switch to a 4-4-2, Johannes Thorup has chosen to use the same system again. Shane Duffy will start at centre-back ahead of newly fit Callum Chambers in an attempt to nullify the aerial threat of Budimir, whilst at the other end of the field, Josh Sargent will start. He's trying to catch Budimir in those goal-scoring charts. Johnny Rowe and Borja Sainz get the nod just behind him. Whereas Luton Town will be tough to break down. 5 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders in Nakamba and Sambi Lukonga, but they will be a danger on the counter-attack. We have, of course, also seen the danger that they can present from set pieces. So without further ado, let's head over to Carrow Road and see if we can take one small step closer to Premier League football. So we are up in the commentary box for one of the final times this season. Only a handful of home games left to play here in Season 1. And we are almost exactly where we wanted to be before the season started. Exactly where we wanted to be would, of course, have been first in the league rather than second. But Leeds at this stage of the season just are not going to be caught. They are 9 points ahead of us with 7 games left to play, as Marius Wolf puts an early ball into the box looking for Josh Sargent. And Leeds' form does not suggest that they're going to give up those 7 points over the course of the next 7 games. So if we are going to get promoted automatically this season, it is going to be in second place. Really nice touch from Johnny Rowe. Not quite the pace to get away from the Leeds defender. Leeds. I've been talking about Leeds. I see a white shirt. The Luton Town defender. I would be more than fine with second place. And if we're going to secure second place, that starts with a win here today. We should have had a win at Kenilworth Road as Tieno Ballo steals the ball away. Bright start from Norwich City. Sargent can't quite find Johnny Rowe. We should have had a win. We were seconds away from a win at Kenilworth Road to open the season. But Ante Budimir, what an outrageous season he's had. 26 goals in the Championship now. Every time it's looked as though Josh Sargent is going to catch him, he goes on an unbelievable scoring spree and races ahead once more. That too, I think, is a race that we're not going to get back into. Nicely worked. Josh Sargent in space. Dropped into his path. Finishes. Linesman's flag stays down. And within 10 minutes, we are 1-0 up at Carrow Road. This is why we stuck with the 4-2-3-1. It worked well in the first game away from home. Look at the space that Sargent has. Despite the 3 centre-backs, the movement of Sargent too intelligent. The finish from Sargent too clinical. And it is an early lead here at Carrow Road for our number 9 in the 9th minute. And Ante Budimir is going to be looking over his shoulder again. Sargent, I believe, has 20 goals to Budimir's 26. Ruter at the end of the last episode had, I believe, 21. So that puts Sargent in joint second for the scoring leader. And who knows, maybe Sargent can have an outrageous day of his own today. and catch Budimir. Unlikely, but possible. Good challenge, Wesley Hoyt. Tiano Ballo. Ross Sargent making another good run. Ballo just lays it instead into the path of Marius Wolf. Johnny Rowe in behind, I believe is onside. Linesman's flag again stays down. Borja Sainz steals it away and Sargent hits it straight at Kaminski. Should be 2-0 within 15 minutes. Should be 2 goals for Josh Sargent within 15 minutes. But for once, he couldn't find the back of the net. Unbelievable. Really good start to the game. We are all over Luton Town. We have to imagine that they're going to grow into the game at some point. Great challenge, Tiano Ballo. The referee doesn't agree. I think that was a fantastic challenge. I spoke in a recent episode about the defensive contribution of Ballo, the surprising defensive contribution that he has made to the side. Did not bring him in with any anticipation of him contributing on that side of the ball. But he certainly has done so. But Luton Town, we have to imagine, are going to grow into this game. So we need to try and take advantage of this early pressure. Good save, Jason Steele. And it looks as though that might be happening already. Luton Town starting to get back into it. So a second goal, I think, is going to be essential today. I'm not sure we're going to get a win with just the one. That's a poor pass. I did expect Kenny McLean just to step up into that vacant space, to be fair. But he just didn't. Good challenge. Borja Sainz. Luton Town pressing high, stealing the ball away. Wesley Hoyt again, very good defending to see that out for a corner. But we do need to be careful. Luton Town, of course, a team that can cause issues. As we see Josh Sargent's goal again, really good finish. And Tiano Ballo looks as though he's taken a knock. Well claimed, Jason Steele. Wesley Hoyt there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he's taken a knock after that collision. But Marius Wolf will try and get us away on this right-hand side. Sees Borja Sainz in space on the left. Sainz isn't quite going to get there. Beaten by the Luton Town defender to the ball. And it is Kabore, to be fair. So one of the pacier players probably in the entire league. And he's certainly got the edge on Harry Toffolo for pace. Pulls it back to Ross Barkley. Good defending, though, from Harry Toffolo, who just hooks clear. Not free from danger just yet, though. Luton Town continuing to press, and you can sense a goal is coming. Good block. Again, Wesley Hoyt. And what is it now? What can that possibly be for? I'm guessing there must have been a hand in there, because I don't see how that could have been a foul. It's going to be Ross Barkley, and it's going to be blocked by the wall. Time to jump well. And Kenny McLean steals it away. Tiano Ballo out on this right-hand side. He has managed to run off that knock, and he spotted the run of Kenny McLean, who stops. Who stops as soon as Tiano Ballo tries to find him. I do have Kenny McLean on stay back while attacking, to be fair, but on that occasion, please just continue with the run that you'd already begun. Mengi, I think, would have been back in position anyway. Here's Kenny McLean, shoots from range. Not a bad effort. It was going in, it was on target. Curling into that top corner. Nowhere near enough pace to beat Kaminski. But not a bad effort from Kenny McLean at all. We do have a couple of polls running on the channel at the moment. In fact, they may have closed by the time that you see this, so I won't draw your attention to those, but we will have our end of season awards coming up in the next episode. Make sure you keep an eye on the channel and on the Discord for polls like that, voting for fans player of the season, signing of the season, and that kind of thing. Because we will have just 2 games to get to in the final episode. where hopefully we won't have very much to play for in the championship. Hopefully everything will be done and dusted by then. Sargent! That is the most disproportionate power to input ratio I've ever experienced. I barely powered that up. And perhaps when I edit this, I will go back and check the bar at the bottom of the screen there, because it felt like I barely powered that up, and Sargent just completely overhit the ball and overran Tiano Ballo. Perfect pass from Johnny Rowe, though. Sargent finds Marius Wolf. There's Kenny McLean again on the edge of the box. Borja Sainz in a dangerous area as well. Josh Sargent in an area that would be dangerous for some players, but it's not exactly where we want him. Kind of on the corner of the penalty area. And since that early goal, we haven't really been able to trouble Luton Town too much. We managed to ride the early bounce back. The pressure that Luton Town applied after we opened the scoring. And with about 10 minutes to go, Luton Town, I would say, still look like the team more likely to score. Kenny McLean, at any point, if you could put a foot in, that would be lovely. Just standing there staring at the ball. I'm controlling Wesley Hoyt and doing my best to hold off Budimir. And Kenny McLean is just standing there staring at a ball that could not be more up for grabs. Good run, Marcelino Nunez this time. Hopefully he continues that. Too many players in the box to whip it in with Johnny Rowe, though. And that's a poor pass from Marius Wolf. We're getting players in good positions to cause issues for Luton, especially on the corner of the penalty area. And we are just failing to find them. Marius Wolf has been such a consistent performer so far this season, but he's not having the best of games here. That's a good challenge, though, and he manages to keep it in. And he just finds Shane Duffy. It will switch the play to Harry Toffolo in space. Wesley Hoyt. Toffolo once more. Borja Sainz is going to test the pace of Kabore by making a run in behind. Sainz takes it himself. Couple of players lining up on the edge of the box, one of whom is Nunez. Pretty sure Sargent is offside, and he is. The linesman's flag does go up this time. That's why I wasn't too excited about the ball hitting the back of the net for the second time. He's a good 3 yards offside, is Sargent. Nunez potentially should have done better with the initial effort. But just before we go into the break, is another warning to Luton Town that they better equalise soon, because we are more than capable of grabbing a second goal in this game, even if they probably have been the better side on the balance of play in this first half. Johnny Rowe lifts it in behind for Marius Wolf. Into the box for Kenny McLean to try and get on the end of. And Budimir will bring it clear. Ross Barkley in support. Good challenge, though, from Nunez. Johnny Rowe. Not quick enough. Not alert enough, Johnny Rowe. The space was there to drive into. The pass was a good one. It didn't find Johnny Rowe, but it certainly found the place where Johnny Rowe should have been. If he was a little more alert to the potential of a quick counter-attack there. Marcelino Nunez. Josh Sargent onside this time. Finds Johnny Rowe onto his left foot. It's his weaker of the two, but he still manages to deliver a good ball. Headed clear by Luton Town, and the referee's half-time whistle will go. And we will have a 1-0 lead at the break. Not the most convincing of performances in that first half by any means. But we did grab a goal. And we have seen in recent weeks we are capable of winning when we haven't been at our best. We are capable of winning ugly games. Potentially we'll have to do that again here today. Thank you for checking out this episode of our realistic Norwich City career mode. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're approaching the end of the FC24 cycle now, but there'll be plenty more content to come with the release of FC25, including 12th man memberships. If you want to get more involved with the channel, check out the membership tiers on my homepage. Memberships start at less than £2 per month and come with a whole host of benefits and rewards, including you being able to feature in my career mode saves. We'll be starting a road to glory with a created club as soon as FC25 drops. So if you want to be included in the save or even feature in our starting 11, become a 12th man member of the channel today. 12th man members also get exclusive early access to all of my videos, not only my career mode series, but also my realistic slider sets and everything else in between. If you want more information about exactly what each tier involves, be sure to check out this video on my homepage. If memberships aren't for you, you can also join the public area of my Discord server, or just keep watching and enjoying the content for free right here on YouTube. As always, I appreciate all of your encouragement and support. Now, let's get back to the video. So back out for the second half here at Carrow Road. No changes yet for either manager, but I think Johannes Thorup is going to be forced into a change before too long. Both Borja Sainz, who has managed to steal the ball away from Issa Kabore, and Johnny Sargent. Tieno Ballo. Really good effort, really good save from Kaminski. We've seen that a lot from Tieno Ballo in recent weeks. Really starting to test goalkeepers from the edge of the box now. And I think Kaminski thought he was going to go away to the right-hand side. Went to the near post. But as I was saying, both Sainz and Sargent are less than fully fit now. Both were flagging a little bit before the game. Sargent gets another attempt on target. Again, straight at Kaminski. Both were flagging a little bit before the game, and that first half has taken it out of them. Well won. I believe Wesley Hoyt. Will Borja Sainz get there? Not on the first attempt, but he will get something of the ball on the second. And it's only enough to draw a foul. No card from the referee. Was a robust challenge to say the least, though. Kenny McLean wins the header. Tieno Ballo comes away. Finds Josh Sargent immediately. And we're rushing it. We're rushing it. We need to be a little bit more composed, a little bit more patient when we get the ball. We are gifting the ball back to Luton far too easily at the moment. And we've done so again. Really poor pass, Tieno Ballo. Really poor. And I'm not sure why we've been playing this way the last, well, for a large period in that first half. And into the second half as well. We started the first 10-15 minutes or so very, very well. Using the ball excellently. As Kabore makes a really deep overlapping run. Borja Sainz working his way back. Marius Wolf heads clear. And Tieno Ballo finds Johnny Rowe, who just about finds Josh Sargent. Doughty there for company. Sargent inside to Nunez, who drives at the Luton Town defence. Can't make anything of it, though. Luton Town work it clear. Kenny McLean high up the field pressing. Borja Sainz doing the same. I think he's going to leave the field next time the ball goes out of play, as will Josh Sargent. Really good pressing, though. As a team, Marcelino Nunez can't quite steal the ball away. And here's Johnny Rowe once more. Again, but there's too many Luton Town defenders in the box. And I mean, that is what you get with three at the back formations. Sargent blocked comfortably on the edge of the box. That's why I was surprised that Sargent was in so much space for the goal in the first half, because I was not expecting a great deal of targets to aim for in the box. Budimir parried away at the near post by Jason Steele. And Luton Town are going to make a change. Andros Townsend to come on. Thorup going to make a change or two here as well. So 2 changes for Johannes Thorup and Norwich City as we try and secure all 3 points in this game. Half an hour left to play. And Luton Town still look like the better side. Blocked by Nunez. Referee says he used a hand. No proximity rule here in FC 24 apparently. Lofted in from the court, from the free kick rather. And headed clear by a brave Harry Toffolo. And again, we've gifted possession back to Luton Town. That wasn't so much a poor pass from Tiano Ballo on that occasion, although it looked like it. That was Adam Eder just being too static. Johnny Rowe. Toffolo in support, but holds his run as well. Rowe finds him anyway. McLean. Let's just get our feet on the ball a little bit. We've been so wasteful today. And we are so fortunate still to be a goal to the good after really playing poorly for, you know, a good... Eder, why are you spinning round? Hit the ball with your right foot. The shot is there to be taken. After being wasteful with the ball for, I would say, 45, 50 minutes out of the 65 that we've played so far. That was a better attack, but I mean, Eder, I thought the chance was there just to be taken. Basnak pulled it back to him. All he needed to do was put his foot through it on the edge of the 6-yard box. And he's trying to spin it round onto his left foot to get a clearer sight at goal. But of course, the more time he took trying to secure that clearer sight at goal, the more time he gave the Luton Town defenders to put a foot in. And that's exactly what happened. That's so nicely worked. Budimir, so strong. Steele, so solid. Parries the ball away. Luton Town really pressing now. As Ross Barkley prepares to deliver another corner. We know the danger Budimir can present, but they do go short. Steele flaps at it, absolutely makes a hash of that. And Kenny McLean can't bring it under control. And it's another fantastic save from Steele. Finally, it's our goalkeeper keeping us in a game. Ordinarily, we see opposition goalkeepers doing exactly that. As we're pressing for a goal. Eder! Carried away by Kaminsky. I thought that was it. I thought that was the goal that would secure the victory. But Kaminsky, inspired potentially by Steele at the other end, makes a great save of his own. And Shane Duffy has tried the overhead. And it wasn't a bad effort, to be fair. Tried to give it to Jude Bellingham. Who else but Shane Duffy? Just wide of the post, though. And I think we do try and keep things as realistic as possible here on the channel, but I think I have to hold my hands up on that one. That was not something you would expect to see in real life. I'm not sure... Get there. Well done. I'm not sure Shane Duffy's body is even capable of moving that way in real life. Basnak just crowded out. I wanted Ballo on the little reverse pass. The option just disappeared. Townsend. Really nice ball. Marius Wolf just about gets there. Good save again, Kaminsky. We're going to have to drop into our ultra defensive game plan here, I think. Because Luton Town are just piling on the pressure. Jason Steele keeping us in it currently. So another double change for Johannes Thorup before the corner. Ballo and Nunez to make way. Liam Gibbs and Callum Chambers to come on. And Gibbs steals the ball away. And we could be in here. Liam Gibbs is not the paciest player by any means. Adam Eder, however, has provided support. And again, potentially should be taking that on first time. 2 Luton Town defenders in the area, and they did manage to get back and block the shot. That was, of course, a a much more difficult opportunity to take on first time than the last one. But as we saw, you take a touch, you give the defenders time to get back into the play. And so you're potentially better off, you know, just gambling and just going first time and hoping you can do something special. Adam Eder not willing to take that gamble. So we have dropped into our ultra defensive game plan here as well, of course. Callum Chambers dropping into the back line. So we should be a bit more solid defensively. Adam Eder, great run. Johnny Rowe, great pass. Can't quite find Liam Gibbs. Again crowded out by Luton Town defenders. It's always going to be a tough ask for a striker. Up there on his own against 3 centre-backs. But you just need that little bit of intelligence to be able to find that little bit of space. That's exactly what Sargent did in the first half. And that's exactly what we've been saying Adam Eder can't really do at this stage of his career. As Luton Town make another change, it's going to be Mpanzu on for Kabore, so a little less pace down that right-hand side now. Potentially a change of shape for Luton Town, though, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mpanzu is a midfielder, is he not? Rather than a right-back? Could be wrong about that. I don't know Luton Town in and out. Eder, great run. Fasnacht inside, found by Eder, wide by Fasnacht, and we just cannot put this game away. I think a little poke with the outside of the foot is probably the right effort. Really good from Adam Eder to find Fasnacht there, though. Really good run, really good touch, and a nice little reverse pass just to lay it into the path of Fasnacht, who'd also made a good run, to be fair to him. Marius Wolf has made an excellent run if we can find him. Johnny Rowe absolutely dug that out. Eder in space. Near post. What a save. Johnny Rowe secures it. Late on. It was Luton Town who scored an equaliser late on when we met them at Kenilworth Road for the opening game of the season. And we completely turned the tables on them in the home fixture. Adam Eder proving us wrong to some extent, making that intelligent run across the near post to either get on the end of it himself or to draw the defenders towards him. Both ended up happening. Eder did manage to turn it towards goal. And when Kaminsky made the save, the defenders were in and around the 6-yard box, which just opened up the space at the back post for Johnny Rowe to get to the rebound. And it is going to be 3 points. And I think we felt a little hard done by in that opening game of the season to only come away with a point from Kenilworth Road after playing well enough to take all 3. And I certainly think Luton Town can feel hard done by, that they're going to leave Carrow Road with nothing to show for their efforts when they've probably been good enough to take all 3. I would certainly say they've been good enough to take a point from the game. And I would say we've been on the back foot for most of the game, to be honest. We've scored a goal early and a goal late, and in between those 2 events, we've really done very little of any note. Good hold-up play from Adam Eder. Just finds Chambers, who finds Wolf. And we can just see out these last few minutes. 5 minutes of added time. We are into the third, though, with the ball at our feet. And the home fans are enjoying these final minutes of the game, even though it is just going to be passing the ball across the back 5. Because they could be, as we've said so many times in recent episodes, 3 vital points in our hunt for Premier League football. Johnny Rowe. Can we add insult to injury? Not quite. Oh, we are going to get a free kick, though. We are going to get a free kick, so potentially still time to add insult to injury. Of course, we are in our ultra-defensive game plan, though, so we don't really have players in the box to aim for. Marius Wolf. That was a shot. That was a shot. But we do come away with all 3 points. Not a good performance by any means, but we did at least keep Ante Budimir quiet. Few teams have been able to say that this season. And it doesn't matter how you win. All that matters is that 3 points go on the board. We take a step closer towards Premier League football, and that's exactly what we've done. So the home fans will be pleased with that, and the manager will too. We really are starting to hit our stride at the perfect time in the season. We had an unbeaten month in the last episode. We've got off to a win in this one. An unbeaten month for a second consecutive episode might be a little too much to aim for, but I just want to put as many points on the board as possible. And we have 3 excellent opportunities to put points on the board in our next 3 games, as we take on Millwall, Oxford and Blackburn, who sit in 18th, 21st and 24th position in the table respectively. We can't afford to underestimate these teams though, so Johannes Thorup has fielded a strong 11 in a robust and resilient 3-4-3 formation for our trip to the Den. We are a much better side than Millwall, and we did show that from the very first whistle, piling on the pressure and peppering the Millwall goal with shots. This one from Borja Sainz unfortunately hit the stanchion rather than the back of the net. Sainz, as we have seen on so many occasions this season, was too much for the Millwall right back to handle, and he did force a decent enough save from the Millwall goalkeeper at the near post. But we did manage to grab a goal from the resulting corner, Millwall initially being able to clear before Callum Chambers laid the ball into Tiano Ballo in the penalty area. He had a bit of space, he picked his spot, and he put the ball exactly in it. Wouldn't be long before we doubled our lead either. Another recycled ball from a set piece, again being delivered into the box. This time from Marius Wolf onto the head of Josh Sargent at the near post. Really disappointing effort from the goalkeeper, but it was 2-0. And Sargent would have a second just moments into the second half as well. This time being put through on goal by Kenny McLean. He took a couple of touches just to bring it under control and fired it in at the near post. A really clean finish. We did continue to pile on the pressure in the second half. All of our forward players having their opportunities to score. This one from Marcelino Nunez was skewed wide, but Nunez did manage to find Tiano Ballo in a bit of space again, this time just outside the penalty area. But once more, he picked his spot and he found it with the ball. This is the Tiano Ballo we've been waiting to see. It's taken him a while to get going in the Norwich shirt, but he's really picking up in terms of his form. And just when Millwall thought things couldn't get any worse for them this afternoon, Campbell saw red for this dangerous challenge on Borja Sainz, and they would play the last 5 minutes with 10 men. So that is exactly the kind of performance that we needed. We managed a scrappy win against Luton. We managed a stylish win against a far weaker Millwall side, and we do extend our unbeaten run to 7 games and make our position in second place in the table even stronger. 5 points ahead of Middlesbrough now, I believe, who also had a stylish victory of their own, winning 5-2 over Oxford. And Oxford are our opponents for the third game of the episode. A similar opponent to Millwall, one that we shouldn't underestimate, but that we should absolutely beat. And we do so, and we do so convincingly. Marius Wolf opened the scoring 3 minutes into the game. What a season he's had. Josh Sargent grabs another brace in the second half, 55 and 77 minutes into the game, and that does leave him just a single goal behind Ante Budimir in the goal scoring charts, who has failed to score so far in today's episode. And that win extends our lead over Middlesbrough in third to 7 points and narrows the gap between us and first place Leeds to just 2 points. Leeds on a really poor run of form, managing to beat Sunderland only by a single goal, and then drawing with both Stoke and Portsmouth. We are also sitting on 26 wins, and remember, we need to win 28 games this season to achieve our objective of winning 60% of our games. So if we can win 2 out of the last 4, that'll make a huge difference to our transfer policy next season. So I said earlier in the episode that Leeds' lead at the top of the table looked unassailable, but that has completely changed here late in the episode. We could, with a win over Blackburn, take top spot from them, but unfortunately we don't manage to get that win. Borja Sainz put us on a good footing early on, scoring within 20 minutes, but Leonard equalised 20 minutes later, And it looks like we were actually fortunate to come away with the point because Blackburn missed a penalty just before half-time. So with one final game in the episode, it is all to play for. Josh Sargent is still chasing that golden boot for the championship. With an 8-point lead and a massive goal difference over Middlesbrough, we can all but secure automatic promotion with as little as a point. And with a win, we have a second opportunity to overtake Leeds at the top of the table. And we are going to try and grab those opportunities with both hands. We know Sheffield United are going to line up in a defensive 5-3-2 formation. So we're going to take the game to them in a 4-4-2. And it was actually Sheffield United who gave us just the start we needed in this one. Vinny Souza seeing yellow for this challenge in the box on Adam Eder. The referee pointed to the spot. Josh Sargent immediately picked up the ball, put it down on that spot and dispatched the penalty with absolute precision right into the top corner. Even if the goalkeeper moved, he was getting nowhere near it. And Sargent would have a second goal about half an hour into the game. Marius Wolf picking him out with another of his trademarked, patented pinpoint crosses right onto Josh Sargent's big ginger noggin, and he put it home to make it 2-0. So Sargent had a brace of goals, and Marius Wolf would have a brace of assists as he delivered into the box once more. Adam Eder it was this time, getting his head on the end of it, laying out on the edge of the 6-yard box and tucking it just inside the near post. So Sheffield United got off to the worst possible start and things quickly spiraled out of control from there. They didn't get much better in the second half. Vinny Souza seeing red for another yellow card worthy challenge before Ashley Barnes put the icing on the cake. I'm not sure why Ashley Barnes has been credited with a goal here rather than a foul. He slid in on the Sheffield United goalkeeper as he was trying to clear, got absolutely nothing on the ball. The goalkeeper missed it and it trundled into the net to make it 4-0. So we do manage to secure automatic promotion with 2 games left to spare and in front of the home fans, no less. It looked at various points this season that we might have to settle for a playoff place, but we've hit our stride at just the right time. With 2 final fixtures at Carrow Road left to play, we need to ride this momentum, put as much pressure on Leeds as possible, and see if we can't steal top spot away from them at the death. So we did manage to guarantee automatic promotion. We didn't, however, manage to leapfrog Leeds into top spot in the championship. They also won their game, so remain 2 points ahead of us. So as the calendar ticks over into the final month of the season, we have everything to play for in the final episode. We have just 2 games to get to, both at Carrow Road against Middlesbrough and Coventry City. So we'll have to win both of those games if we realistically want to have a chance of leapfrogging Leeds at the top of the table. And we'll have to hope either Bristol City or Cardiff can take points from Leeds along the way. So we will look forward to that in the next and final episode. I hope to see you there. Take it easy.